Good afternoon and welcome to Feed Yourself Well. As we're ramping up to the holidays, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So we're gonna start with our side dishes. The next couple videos you're gonna see are gonna be all about the sides. So the side I'm gonna do today is broccoli, rice, and cheese casserole. Definitely a favorite. It's part of the South. I mean, it's just part of that rich Southern cultural cuisine that we like to eat. So to start off, I've blanched about 12 ounces of broccoli florets. So, blanching, hot boiling water, right in, turn bright green, take them out, dump them in some ice water to stop the cooking, just until it's cooled down, then drain it completely. You don't want them sitting in the water. They'll get waterlogged and then they'll turn mushy and add too much water to your dish. So, once you got them nice and drained, they're ready to go. Broccoli florets. 2 cups of cooked rice. The rice I cooked in chicken stock because it tastes good. So I got 2 cups of rice that is going in with the broccoli florets. And I'm just going to get this started by tossing it together. The bit of cooking that we're going to do is the aromatics. We're going to saute onion, celery, garlic together with some mushrooms. Traditionally, the recipe, often you'll see a can of condensed mushroom soup as part of the ingredients. We're basically going to recreate that. So we're going to take all those aromatics plus the mushrooms, a little flour, a little bit of stock, and a little bit of milk. So we're going to make a really thick, condensed version of mushroom soup. We'll fold that in. Then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I've got my broccoli and rice just combined, and we'll head over and start cooking. All right, so I've melted about 4 to 5 tablespoons. This really was closer to 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. That's all that's in the pan. You can see it's just starting to bubble up. We want to let that get nice and hot. And in I'm going to add half of a diced onion, a medium-sized onion, and 1 rib of celery that's been diced. And I'm just going to sweat these vegetables out. We do that all the time at the beginning of the dish. It builds flavor. So we're just going to sweat them out a bit and let them do their thing. Doesn't take too long. You don't want to brown your vegetables. We just want them to be translucent, soften up a bit, and they're going to bring some dimension to our dish. All right, these are sweating nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add our minced garlic. This is 3 cloves of minced garlic right in. And I'm just going to let that cook together. Starting to sizzle. Starting to smell good. It's doing all the things we want it to do. All right, so onion, celery, garlic in a saute. I'm going to go ahead and add in mushrooms. I've got 8 ounces of sliced white mushrooms. I didn't want to use the baby bellas that I use a lot in this dish because I don't want it to discolor the dish. I wanted to keep it as pale as possible. So mushrooms are a sponge, right? You put them in, they're going to drink up all the liquid in the pan, and then just before they're done, they'll start to release the liquid back. So I'm going to keep cooking, and we'll jump back and see what that looks like. Okay, so the onions, celery, garlic, and mushrooms are getting to a good place. I'm going to add in some flour. So you want to use about maybe 3 to 4 teaspoons or a tablespoon of flour. What we're going to do is build a quick roux. So, and I don't want to brown the roux. I want to keep it very pale. So I'm just going to mix in that flour to absorb the butter. Any combination of equal parts of fat and flour is roux. So it dried up nicely. Let me add just a tad more flour because I want to get the right consistency that I'm looking for here. So that was definitely 2 tablespoons of flour. Now, the trick to making good roux without lumps is that you want hot roux and cold liquid, or hot liquid and cold roux. I've got hot roux, so I'm going to add in about a 1/4 cup of chicken stock, and that's going to start to thicken. And some milk. This is half and half. It's about 3/4 of a cup in, and just stir that in. Everybody's going to thicken up real nice. So basically what we really have here is a super thick mushroom soup. Nice, looks good. I can shut the fire off now. And I'm going to go ahead and season that. I'm using an all-purpose season blend. It's a combination of my favorite all-purpose seasoning and a little Creole seasoning. I just mix the two together. And that's going to be our flavor profile, our seasoning. So, we're in real good shape here. We're going to jump back and we'll start assembling our casserole. Okay, so rice and broccoli all combined together. We've made our version of a condensed mushroom soup. Onion, celery, garlic, mushrooms, a little chicken stock, flour, and of course, a little milk. So I'm just going to take that and put it right in with the broccoli and the rice. And I'm going to toss it to combine it. To this, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Why mayonnaise? Mayonnaise brings eggs to the party, so the eggs will help hold everything together as a binder. Okay, so I'm just going to fold all that together. I've got mayonnaise, sour cream, our condensed mushroom soup that we made. Smells good already. And I'm going to go ahead and add in our cheese. So I've got a 4-blend Italian cheese, mozzarella, Parmesan, Romano, and a little bit of Asiago cheese. This is 2 cups, all 2 in. Then I've got 2 cups of just shredded sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to put in almost all of it, but I'm going to leave some behind to put over the top of the casserole before it goes in the oven. So just toss everything together until you've got a nice mixture. We seasoned the soup, so we don't have to add any more seasoning at this point. So we've got a nice amount of salt and pepper already in there. Cheese brings salt to the party as well. So now that we've got it nice and mixed up, the beauty of this, make it ahead. If you're going to serve this for Thanksgiving, make it ahead. Just at this stage, freeze it. Pull it out the freezer Thanksgiving morning, let it thaw out, put it into a hot oven, 350, 375. Garnish it with some cracker crumbs, a little bit of parsley, and some extra cheese, and you'll have a nice dish ready to go without all the labor. Do it ahead so to be ready when you're ready. For tasting purposes today, and I'm going to freeze some of this to save for Thanksgiving as well, but I am going to prepare some that we can finish and taste. I'm going to switch to a spoon. I got a bigger spoon here. There we go. And I'm just lining the dish. This is an oven-safe plate that I'm going to be using with some of the broccoli cheese casserole and rice. Bingo. smooth it out. Now it's time for that extra cheese. That's going to get frozen to go right over the top. There we go. And this is just a combination of crushed crackers, Ritz crackers, and parsley. That's going to go over the top. Give it a nice crumb finish, melting down in the cheese. I'm going to stick it into a 375-degree oven, nice and hot. And this should take about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to set. You want all that cheese to melt in. Everything's going to bind together nicely, and then we'll be ready to taste it. So, be right back when it comes out the oven. All right, so broccoli rice cheese casserole out the oven. It baked for about 20 minutes. That's all it takes. It was nice and bubbly around the edge. That's what we're looking for. And now the taste. Oh man, that looks awesome. Nice cheese pull. Mushrooms, crunchy buttery crackers on top. It's piping hot. Let's see what we got. Spot on. Next week, the tale of two dressings, bread stuffing or cornbread. You choose. We're going to do both. Remember, feed yourself well, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Anything you want to see during the holidays, go ahead and drop a comment. Be happy to do it. Have a good evening.